Hey everyone, welcome back, and this is my review of Magic Kaito Episode 8. Now, this episode was kind of odd for several reasons. First off, I felt it could have been taken out here and nothing would have really been lost on the series. I really enjoyed it, but still. And also, Akoko was the villain again, even though I thought last time she was the villain, she quit being the villain afterwards, like she didn't want to kill Kaito anymore, but in this episode she's still pissed that every other guy keeps fawning over her, but Kaito doesn't. And so she wants to kill him this time. Seriously, she actually tries to fucking kill him. She basically brainwashes the inspector and tries to get him to kill him. And when that fails, she tries to kill him himself. But of course, she can't because she's grown an attachment to him. Imagine that. And here's the thing, I mean, it's not like Kaito is kind of an asshole, but he's a funny asshole, okay? But he's not like an asshole to her, in the sense that he's not fawning over her, so he's a douche to her. No, that's not the case. So, and clearly she's fallen for him, even though obviously he's gonna end up with Aoko in the end, okay? But that was the second half, though. The first half, though, was basically a ghost hunt that Aoko and Kaito went with each other. And given the nature of Aoko in the series, I honestly thought that was just her trying to lying to Kaito, try to scare the shit out of him. Thankfully, it didn't end that way, okay? And Aoko was the one causing all the disturbances around the school with her magic. She liked to come there in order to test out magic spells. And when you saw Aoko, her scare Aoko and Aoko's eyes roll back in her head and her pass out. Oh my fucking god, I laughed so hard at that scene. Not because I don't like Aoko, but just because that was really funny. Okay, so yeah, and of course, the two of them had to work together to make up some like bullshit excuse why Akoko was there. So, yes. So overall, those were the two like halves of this episode. And they were both pretty good. I do have to admit. I'm really hoping we get back to Detective Conan soon, though. Because so far in this series, he's been the one who's been able to compete with Kaito the most. Oh, the other theme about this episode is actually finding your inner child. The concept that, yes, you have to mature to a certain extent, but you should never lose grasp on your inner child, okay? That's like the main concept of this episode. There's a point in this episode when Kaito's actually listening to that like recorder by his father again, and his father's actually talking about that. That's really the first time that your inner child's brought up in this episode, and that's the main theme of the episode technically throughout first and second halves, really, because Aoko doesn't like that she's being called a child, she's being called immature, okay, and Kaito's the one who's calling her that, and then, and that's throughout the first half, and then Akoko doesn't like the fact that Kaito seems to be attached to someone who's so immature. So that's really the main theme about this episode, and it's a really good theme that I happen to agree with myself, okay? Like I just said before, though, I really hope that it gets back to a Detective Conan soon, because, like I said before, he seems to be, of all of the people who's tried to capture Kaito so far, he's came the closest. So I really, in order to really add more tension to the series, I really hope that he comes back soon. Okay. Because I really don't think you're going to find a better detective in anime than Detective Conan. Okay, I really don't. Not because he's an old one, but because he's just the best from what I can tell. So anyways, tell me your thoughts about this episode in the comments section below. If you have yet to see this week's episode of Magic Kaito, then I definitely recommend that you do. I can't wait until next week's episode. This episode was pretty good. I really enjoyed it. So anyway, also I want to talk about the music. Alright, that fucking choir that you always hear in this in the episodes. Best song in the fucking series. Seriously. It really is. That song is so good. Okay? Like, oh my god. That fucking choir. God. It's so good. It's the best song in the fucking series. Okay? To me anyways. Okay? So anyways. overall, hope you enjoyed this review, guys. See you after, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.